Hello, it's me again for part 2 of this updated video for March 7th, 2021. And I see we left off with some family and children's tapes that I showed you earlier. Now we're going to show you like the next category called some classic movies in the 1930s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. Let's start with one of the Let's start with one of the 4 best Bob Hope movies I have that I just got recently. Some from eBay, some from my thrift store. Here's the Fifth Road movie Bob Hope, Bing Crosby, and Dorothy Lamour made in 1947's Road to Rio. Co-stars with Gail Sondergaard and the Andrews sisters, and Frank Fairlane as Ernie the cab driver that he played It's a Wonderful Life. Then the Wire Bros is in it too. This is the Fifth Road movie. In this one, the boys play traveling musicians when they're having a carnival performance, and then when Bob Hope rides a bicycle in that scene with Thor Olson, a wrestler, they accidentally set the carnival on fire, and also they were hiding from the owner of the carnival, and also they sail off to Rio de Janeiro by accident. And did you know this film, Gail Sondergaard hypnotizes Dorothy Lamour 3 times when she commands to do this and do that? And this is originally it's a 1988 release of Road to Rio from RCA Columbia Pictures Home Video's Bob Hope collection. However, this copy I have is the 1990 slip cardboard reprint. I'll show you what the tape looks like. This is printed on the 16th week of 91. Yep. In one of my previous videos I did months ago, I showed you like my Bob Hope VHS collection. The next Bob Hope movie I have here is one of his best, like the Western comedy he did with Jane Russell in the 1948's Paleface. A little earlier I showed you Son of Paleface in his collection. Yep. The Paleface won Academy Award for a song Buttons and Bows, which was made in 1948, and this is on VHS in the 1985 release of the MCA Home Videos Film Classics collection. One of the other Bob Hope movies has a trailer for the Paleface was at the end of the Sorrowful Jones VHS. This is a library tape. I got it from the Pottsville Library, right over here. Yep. Don't want to miss having Paleface for your Bob Hope collection. The next one we have here with Dorothy Lamour in Caught in the Draft in 1941. The 1993 release from MCA Universal Home Video's Bob Hope collection. At the time, Bob Hope turned 90 years old. One of his films I have in his series during the 90s. That includes College Swing, Ghost Breakers, Louisiana Purchase, Mutual Bouquet, I have it in the 2002 reissue. Then I have My Favorite Blonde, Sorrowful Jones, I have it in the 1988 release. This film was co-stars with Eddie Bracken, comes to the theatrical trailer of Caught in the Draft. This is not compared to his Buck Privates with Abbott and Costello. And this was printed on the 16th week of 1993. Never Say Die with Martha Ray, and it's part of the President Sturges collection and the Bob Hope movie collection. The same President Sturges who directed the Palm Beach Story, On Faithfully Yours, the original with Rex Harrison, and Joe McRae in Sullivan's Travels. And this is the 2002 release of Never Say Die. Originally, Never Say Die came out in 1998 of the Universal Studios Home Video series with some classic films. Co-stars with Gail Sondergaard and Andy Devine. And this is the 1998 sticker label, good. This was printed it on the 39th week of 2003. That was when VHS tapes were fading out at the time, when DVDs were getting more popular than ever. The next one we have in the classics that's Danny Kaye's fine performance in the 1952's Hans Christian Andersen, nominated for 6 Academy Awards, one of the best-loved family films ever made. Co-stars with Jane Marie and Farley Granger, the one who appeared in same Farley Granger did Alfred Hitchcock's Strangers in the Train and The Rope with Jimmy Stewart. 1985 release of Hans Christian Andersen from Embassy Home Entertainment, Samuel Goldwyn's Classic Collection. Here's this tape, what it looks like. One of the Samuel Goldwyn tapes I showed you earlier, with 2 with Bob Hope movies that I showed you from his video. Princess and the Pirate, and They Got Me Covered. Here's something so rare. I bought it off on eBay last month. That is, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. I paid $30 for this copy. The 1979 original release from Columbia Pictures Home Entertainment. That has Jimmy Stewart was in it, Jane Arthur, Claude Rains, Thomas Mitchell, and Edward Arnold. Directed by Frank Capra. I'm working on here's the Columbia Pictures Home Entertainment Limited Warranty, published in 1979. This is printed in 79. A little bit before there was RCA Columbia Pictures Home Video, not until 1983. Here's what this tape looks like. This tape surely looks brand new. When it first came out right on home video. Printed it on the 10th week of 79. I wonder if this tape was printed and run on September 10th of 1979. So here's Katharine Hepburn and Cleveland Coyne, the one from Frankenstein, and Billy Burke from The Wizard of Oz, and Christopher Strong. It was made in 1933 from RKO. This is from the RKO home video in 1985. Yep. Cleveland Coyne did like 2 Frankenstein films. The original Frankenstein 1931 and Bride of Frankenstein 1935. Plus a vintage short subject that has a Buster Keaton short that he did just for RKO. Here's what this tape looks like. Back then, for those RKO films, they kindly before it was with Turner Home Entertainment. Not until the late 80s and early 90s, it was RKO Home Video, back in the early mid-80s. Here's another one from Embassy Home Entertainment of the Samuel Goldwyn Classic Collection. It is Private Life of Henry VIII, that stars with Charles Laughton, Academy Award winner. Charles Laughton's top film performance by Variety. This is on VHS in the early 1986 release of the Samuel Goldwyn's Classic Collection. This is the same release as with a Danny Kaye movie like The Kid from Brooklyn, or 2 Ronald Colman movies like Bulldog Drummond and Aerosmith. No print date on it. Here's something that is like a holy grail. The 1963 horror classic of The Straitjacket, directed by William Castle, one who made House on the Haunted Hill. It has aging actress Joan Crawford, Diane Baker, Anthony Hayes, and Rachel Hudson. Made from Columbia Pictures in 1963. And this box packaging was in late 1983 reissue. Originally came out back in early mid-1983 from RCA Columbia Pictures Home Video. Yep, when they have just a color film without printed it in USA. Here's what the sticker label looks like. I'm so surprising. It has early 1983 sticker label in this reprint copy. Printed it on October 25th, 1990. This is printed it on the 44th week of 90. How can this be possible? I had to use the 1983 sticker label in this 90 tape. That's barely possible. Usually you're supposed to have like 1987 sticker label. The next one we got here, like Alfred Hitchcock movie. I don't mean Psycho or Rebecca or North by Northwest, but we got here a 1955 Hitchcock film that was made a comedy about putting a dead body all over the place. That stars with Edmund Gwenn, John Forsythe, and the young Shirley MacLaine in her first film role in Trouble with Harry in 1955. On this tape has a preview of Terrorized Curtain with Paul Newman and Julie Andrews. That the Hitchcock film was made in the 60s. This was an early 1985 original release of Trouble with Harry. Here's what the tape looks like. An ex-rental. The sticker label was 1983 on it. And yep, originally this is a 1985 original. Next here we got one of the musical extravaganzas. That is the 1943 Stormy Weather with all black cast. Lena Horne, Bilbo Jingles Robinson, and also has with Cab Calloway sings Benny the Moocher, and Dewey Wilson, one who plays the piano in Casablanca. Sam, the piano player. If you play it for her, you play it for me. Humphrey Bogart's quote in the movie. All the Jim Toyne places she had to pick this one. Lena Horne takes a center stage in a good old-fashioned musical. This is on VHS in an early 1987 release from Key Video, distributed by CBS Fox Video. It was made in 1943 from 20th Century Fox. The same year when MGM already did Cabin in the Sky, but that was the first film to have all black cast in there, but all blacks but no whites. And this is how this past last month we had a Black History Month, tribute to like one of the black legends of all time. Now we got here with Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers in Shall We Dance from 1937. This is the 1981 original release from Nostalgia Merchants. However, this tape is reprinted in 1985 when it was distributed by Media Home Entertainment. This film co-stars with Edward Heather Holton, and it has a good songs like They Can't Take That Away From Me, and Let's Call the Whole Thing Off. Boy, Fred and Ginger made a lot of films together for the days when they were with RKO back in the 30s. Show you what this tape looks like. Nostalgia Merchants 1985 by Media Home Entertainment. This is just like a exact duplicate as with one of the Laurel and Hardy tapes were kindly reprint. Yep. I'll show you my Laurel and Hardy tapes much later. Now we got here You're Never a Lovelier. Fred Astaire and Rita Hayworth, and Adolph Menjur was in it too. That was the second film Fred Astaire and Rita Hayworth teamed up together after they did You Never Get Rich in 1941. This was made from Columbia Pictures, same thing for You Never Get Rich. This is the late 1984 release from RCA Columbia Pictures Home Video. I'll show you what the tape kind of looks like. 1987 sticker label. This is printed it on January 18, 1988. This is printed it on the 5th week of 1988. This is just like a exact duplicate as with one of the old Three Stooges volumes from the 80s. Now, before we close the second part, Here's one of the best love movies of all times. Gone with the Wind. With Clark Gable, Vanity Lee, Leslie Howard, Libby D. Hamlin, Hattie McDaniel, and Thomas Mitchell. War Bond was in it. Eddie Rochester Anderson had a small part. Yep. This is one of the best movies of all time. Gone with the Wind. Originally, Gone with the Wind first came out on VHS was early 1985. Celebrated this 45th anniversary of it at the time. This was recorded right on Maxwell. Yep, in Videophonics. Gone with the Wind was reissued in 1989, the 50th anniversary. Then 1992, then 1998. Now here's a booklet tells about information of Gone with the Wind. Just like the booklet of like the Godfather Complete Saga that I do have. Well, Gone with the Wind was directed by Victor Fleming, but it was made for Selznick International Pictures in 1939. And also on the back of this has like MGM UA home video Growing Glory of the Diamond Jubilees with some classic films. Sadly, in Gone with the Wind, in the small part didn't have those America's Singing Sweethearts, Nelson Eddy and Jeanette MacDonald, and I love Jeanette MacDonald so much. This is at that time when they're doing like the promotion of Gone with the Wind's merchandise. Like, frankly, I don't give a damn. That's the T-shirt. Boy, this card certificate was printed in 1985. This is like one of those sweepstake contests during at the same time when Pinocchio was making like the home video debut, and they sell a lot of copies on Pinocchio for $79.95 a piece. Here's what the tape looks like for part 1 of Gone with the Wind. Yeah. One of these days I'll show you the opening and closing of the Gone with the Wind. It's pretty good. Time to put this away and then let me get this in there. So that wraps it up for the showing like my classic movies on VHS for the second part. We'll see you for the third part later. Until then, keep on watching and stay safe. Bye.